Hello everybody, my name is TimePlayer134 and welcome to RMS Titanic Demo 401. This is a game by Titanic Honor and Glory, and I just can't get enough of this game. Just everything is so beautiful. But we're going to explore the whole ship. There's about 90% of the ship available to explore in this demo, and we're going to explore all of it. It's not going to be all in one episode. It's going to be, split up, but we're going to explore it in its entirety. Everything that this game has to offer, we're going to explore and see. So, this episode, we're going to primarily focus on the second class area, or the first class areas, not the second class. But, yeah. I mean, this is the boarding area where you would board. It is absolutely beautiful. We're in the middle of the ocean, as you can see. But we're going to enter in through these doors. And now we're at the B-deck landing for the forward grand staircase. It's absolutely beautiful. Oh my gosh. Just everything about this ship I absolutely love. Everything. We're going to start this way because we can't go forward. So we got to go aft. But look at this cabin. Okay, this is cabin B51. It's absolutely beautiful. Oh my gosh. I would not mind being in this cabin. I mean, if it was up to me, I would choose a different cabin. Just because I'm not one for, like, splendor like this. It's still a beautiful cabin, though. It's gorgeous. This would be the private promenade connected to the cabin. Look at that view. Gosh. You have your own personal, like, private boarding doors here. This is just everything. Everything about this is just beautiful. And I love it so much. God. I mean, look at the bulbs. Like, even the light fixtures were, like, decorated and designed. Look at that. Oh my gosh. But yeah, this would be the sitting room. So it's not necessarily, the area you'd sleep. You'd go through this door and then here it is. This is beautiful. I mean, look at the detail. Gosh. The intricate designs of just this room, the whole thing, the wood, the woodwork, all of it. Give me a second, my cat is just... My cat was getting into something she should not be getting into, so my apologies. This is just, gosh. You have a sink in the bedroom. Like, I mean, I don't see why you would need one, but it's there, and it's nice, because it's, you never know. And this desk is just, God, everything blends in as one. And that's what makes this room freaking beautiful. Like, the doors. Like, just, God. I love it. Everything about it. But we're going to head further aft. I mean, look at these hallways. Look at this. There's no sheer. Just fine. But, like, just everything. The vents. Like, even the vents were decorated. Look at that. God. Everything about this ship is just beautiful. And it fascinates me. Gosh. Look at that. Oh my gosh. It's absolutely beautiful. That looks comfortable. I would sit in that. 100%. Just lay there. Relax. It's just nice. God. I mean, look at this. The amount of mirrors that are in this cabin. It's remarkable. Not the mirrors. I mean, the mirrors are nice. But I mean, like, the room in general. Look at this. This is royalty right here. Okay, this is royalty. This bed is royalty. And you got the other one. We got royalty. That would be the exit out into the hallway. So you would enter the room like this. God, that's beautiful. I mean, this whole room. It's just, God. I mean, there's so much life in these rooms. There really are. Like, just the coloration, the bright colors, the ambient lighting, just all of it. Just brings the whole room together. You don't get this anymore. I mean, most of the rooms you see, like, nowadays, like, not even on ships, just in buildings in general. Like, you would have this kind of paneling and everything, similar. Not as grand, but similar. And then you would have, like, a white door or a plain door or something, but not with White Star. White Star, they integrated their doors into the design, the overall design of the room. And I love that. I mean, you got white here, but that's to blend in with the hallway. But I guarantee you, if you close this door, there would be wood. I mean, I wish I could. Wish I could close it. I mean, look at that. Another thing with this is, like, White Star designs their ships to make it where you forget that you're even on a ship. Because they were made to look like hotels. Because, like, you stay on board for, like, 5 days or whatnot. And they didn't want you to, like, to know, like, They wanted to make an illusion that you weren't on a ship, even though you were. And that's what makes these rooms beautiful and, like, stand out. 'Cause looking at this room, if you just looked at a picture of this room, you knew nothing about this room, right? You would think this is just a room in a building, a hotel, you know? Because you don't see the typical portholes that you see on a ship. You just see the standard square windows that you would see normally on a building. And it's just, it's fantastic. And it's just, God, I love it. Everything. Everything about it. You had a menu in your room. This is straight up a hotel. This is what I mean. You literally had a menu right there. French ice cream. Chocolate and vanilla. And Claire's. Huh. A lot of interesting choices. But we're going to continue aft. I don't think there's anything down there. No. A little hiccup there, but we're fine. Here we are. This is cabin B63. I mean, look at this. The doors are implemented, and this is like, oh my gosh. And I do apologize if, like, there are areas of this video that are, like, that get really, really pixelated and everything. My editing software, or not my recording software, sorry. My recording software has been kind of doing its own thing. And it doesn't like bright images. So, like, sometimes when I look around too fast, or, like, go from a dark place to a bright place, it'll get, like, really, really pixelated, and then it'll clear up. So, please bear with me on it. My end, it looks clear, it looks fine. But when I go back and watch the recordings, there's that pixelation and everything. So if that happens, please bear with me and know that I can't do anything about it because it's something to do with my recording software. And I'm trying to get a new recording software that won't do that. It's just, I don't know which options to go with right now, so I'm kind of looking around and trying to figure out something. But if you guys have a recommendation, please let me know. But with that out of the way, let's get back into it. So, like, just all of this, everything. Gosh. This whole room. And I'm sure this door would connect into, like, the next cabin over. Like, the ceilings. Look at the ceilings. The intricate designs. The light. All of it. Ah. I know it's the same room, but, like, still. It's beautiful. Let's see. I think there's one up here because I see the lighting. Yep. So this would be B81. I mean, look at the woodwork, okay? Just walking into this room alone, okay? And you see the intricate designs in the wood itself. Just with the different color wood. It's beautiful, okay? And again, it goes back to my statement. This room does not look like it's on a ship. Like, it does not look like we are standing on a ship. This room looks like something out of a building, okay? And that's what they were going for. They were trying to create this illusion that you weren't on a ship. You're trying to make this illusion that you're in a hotel and not in the middle of the North Atlantic. I mean, you wouldn't really be able to tell, you know, without, you know, if there was no, you know, rocking of the waves and everything. But, like, just, God, this whole room, the whole overall design of this ship is just why I fell in love with her so much. I mean, her story is what started my whole interest in her. But then when I really started to look into like the design of her and like her interiors and the different rooms and everything that she had to offer, it's just I was mind blown. I fell in love. Because you have to remember, this is 1912. Okay, this is 1912. And things look like this. It is just, God, it blows my mind. Gosh. There's the aft grand staircase. But we're gonna kind of explore every nook and cranny and the hallways and everything just to make sure that we don't miss anything. I don't think there's cabin open on this side. Oh, there might be, actually. Right here. Yeah. This is B58. That's weird. I don't think that's supposed to be like that. The hinges. The green. That's weird. But anyway. I mean, look at this room, okay? Look at this. This is just... God. White Star in their luxury. Like, Titanic was like, she's a luxury liner. She is designed for like the upper class and everything, and then she has like second and third class. But like, for the rich, like this is top tier right here. And it's just, God. I mean, look at the lamp, the cute little lamp. Okay, like something as simple as that brings together the whole room. And like everything from the blankets to the light shades, the doors, all of it, the carpet. The room complements itself. Everything matches, everything lines, and it's just great. It's fantastic, and it's beautiful, and luxury. It's comfortable. Like, I would be comfortable in this room. I would be comfortable in this room. Because looking at this room, it's pleasing to the eye. It's gentle to the eyes. It's not, overwhelming. Like, none of these rooms are overwhelming. It's just the right amount of splendor and luxury and everything. It's just relaxing and calming. And it's great. And I love it. So much. I mean, just everything about it. It's just... Oh my gosh. Don't think there's any more. No. That's all there was. So we're gonna... Oh, wait. Just make sure there's none hiding, down these center halls. So I don't want to miss anything. Okay, I think that was everything. Yeah. But now, we're on the B-deck landing for the aft grand staircase. Look at that dome, okay? Look at that. Just the intricate work. Like, it's just, God. I mean, look at that. Okay. Even her grand staircase, it does not look like it belongs on a ship. It looks like it's in the middle of a grand hotel. Right? That takes you up and down to, like, the different rooms and floors of the building. It's freaking amazing and beautiful. Gosh. Then you have the Cafe Parisian, which this area in and of itself is absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Gosh. The ivory. The intricate floorboard. It's just, God. Everything about it. Everything about this ship is beautiful. Everything. That door would lead out to the second class promenade. We're not going out there yet. We're gonna head across to this room. Look at that. Oh my god. Every room I walk into on this ship, it never ceases to amaze me. Like the intricate detail, the designing that went into this ship. All for it to be sunk to the bottom of North Atlantic before she had a chance to actually, make a name for herself. I mean, she made a name for herself, just not in the way that was intended. I mean, look at this. Can you imagine if she was still afloat? Right? Like this ship, the Titanic, was still afloat today, and she was turned into like a floating hotel, like the Queen Mary. And you just be able to explore this room and just actually be able to use it as its intended use. Like as a restaurant. Hell, I would dine in this area. Like, look at this. Look at the intricate woodwork. Okay? Look at that. Look at that. Then you have mirrors that, implemented into the paneling to, imitate a window. And you got these windows on the side with the curtains and that, whatever that part's called. But, like, when you look out into the Cafe Parisian. Like, it's just, God. Everything about this ship never ceases to amaze me. There's clocks absolutely everywhere, too. Oh my goodness. It's beautiful. And also, this was the most intimate atmosphere on board because half the tables in here actually catered for 2 people. And some of them, 1 person. So if you don't have a date, no fret. You just sit on your own. It's just beautiful. The main dining saloon, however, did not have very many tables that catered for 2. Most of those tables, if not all of them, catered for multiple people. It's just, gosh. It'd be like the perfect date night place too. You got the cute flowers, sit across from each other, have a nice conversation, eat dinner, just have a nice date and be beautiful and perfect. God. Even the doors. I mean, look at that. Look at the doors. The doors have mirrors in them. Like I was saying with the cabins, everything, including the doors, were designed to blend perfectly into each room. I mean, that does not look like you're on a ship, okay? I don't care what you think or what you say. That does not look like we're on a ship. That looks like we're in a building. And it's beautiful and fantastic and it's great. I love it. Everything about this ship I love. And you're going to hear me say that a lot in this video. It's just, gosh. Coat rack. Even something as simple as this, right? You have the basic paneling and everything. And then you have that light. Right? That light. And it's just, it blends it all together. It really does. I mean, look at that. For a closet. For a coat closet. Okay? You have that kind of light. It's just, God, it's beautiful. Oh my gosh. You have music that would play in here for the band. Oh my gosh. So we're actually going to head up first. So we're going to head up to A deck. I mean, look at this. It's like a much simpler clock than what you would find on the forward grand staircase. But it's still beautiful. And well done. Like the hand carved wood. All of it. Oh my gosh. Like, look at that. Look at that. The amount of work that went into building this ship. It's just, it blows my mind. Like the railing. Look at that. Like, oh my gosh. Yeah, this cabin. It's Andrew's cabin, I think. But it's just... This is just a simple cabin. And it's still beautiful. There's just something beautiful about simplicity. And I really like it. I like the simplicity of everything. But we're going to cut across to this cabin. It's Father Brown's cabin. I'm assuming, anyways, because the camera. But I mean, like, look at this. The simplicity. It's still a first-class cabin, but it's simple and nice. It's just, God. We're going to head aft into here, which is the first-class smoking room. Look at this. Like, look at that. If you just have a picture, okay, and you just see that wall right there, you would think that this would be a building, not a ship, right? Like, if you knew nothing about this, like you didn't know anything about the Titanic, or, you know, the interior, or anything about this room, you would think that this would be in the building of, like, a really fancy hotel or a very, very fancy, you know, business. But no, you're on a ship in the middle of the North Atlantic. Oh my god. I mean, look at the stained glass windows. Okay, look at that. The intricate design of the windows and everything. Oh my god. I mean, the floor kind of messes with your eyes. Kind of. But at the same time, it does complement the room. Like, it looks really nice. Hello. There's a door here. God. I mean, look at it. The door, okay? I keep coming back to that. But the doors are absolutely beautiful. And the other side, as you can kind of see, matches this side. There's also an axe right there. I mean, like something, like even something as simple as this. It's beautiful. Oh my gosh. You have a window there to serve the wine and everything to the passengers. Oh my gosh. You go out here. Now, I can't remember which one's which, but you have the palm court and then you have the veranda calf. But I can't remember, like, which one was which. Like, look at this. It's beautiful. Look out there and you just... This is your reminder that you're on a ship, okay? This right here. This is your reminder. Oh my gosh. Because you turn around and you look at this. You don't think you're on a ship. You really don't. You forget that you're on a ship. And then you turn around and you look out there and then there's your reminder that you're on a ship. Like, it's just mind-blowing. It really is. I mean, it's beautiful. God, everything about this ship is just blows my mind. And there's a lot of things you're going to hear me say multiple times. And the doors are one of them. It's like every door in this ship, every door is just intricately designed to match the room in which they are attached to. I mean, look at that. Yeah, it's just beautiful. Look at this fireplace, right? And if I remember correctly, this is like the only actual real fireplace in the whole ship. Was in this room. It's just beautiful. The buttons to call the stewards. They're everywhere. Like this ink, like this. That's right here. Look at that. It's just beautiful. I think there's actually one of these lights like on display somewhere. If I remember correctly. Like it was recovered and everything. I think. Yeah, it's just beautiful. Alright, we're gonna head forward now. I mean, look at this hallway, right? Look at this. This whole hallway. It's just beautiful. It's pleasing to the eye. And it does not look like you're on a ship. Like, it's just beautiful. Everything. Oh my god. Look, you have this cute little window that you could open. Let some fresh air in. beautiful. And then here's the expansion joint. Which this basically allowed the superstructure to flex as the ship rolled over the waves and everything. Because if this wasn't here, like the superstructure would basically tear itself apart. Because it wouldn't be able to flex with the hull and everything. So this allows the superstructure to flex with the hull as the ship rolls over the waves. It's just beautiful. Crew only. That would lead out to the first class promenade. The rotating doors. I mean, look at that. Even the rotating doors, right? Blend in. And it's just beautiful. Ah. And now this is the first class lounge. I mean, like, look at that door. Right? That door is just beautiful. All the woodwork. All of it. It's just beautiful. Just overall, it's mind-blowing. Just overall, everything about this. It's just beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. And again, looking at this room without any prior knowledge of it, you would think you're in the building, right? You're in a building and not on a ship. Like, it's gorgeous. Like, just take a minute and just look at this room, right? Just imagine, without any knowledge of this room, you would think that you're on a, like, you're not even on a ship, you're in a building. I mean, look at this. Look at that chandelier. Oh my gosh. It's just beautiful. I don't think there's anywhere else to go. Oh, never mind. I stand corrected. It's heading aft. We need to head this way. I'm gonna do. I think. getting turned around. Yeah. So we need to go this way. I mean, look at this. Reading and writing room. Look at this. The intricate coloration of this room is just, it's pleasing. It's pleasing to the eye. It's gorgeous. Now, granted, this room was mainly for, you know, women and everything. But I wouldn't care. I would come in here. You know? I would go in here. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. I mean, look at the intricate detail. Right? The carpet. Like, even just a plain white, you know, wall. And wood. And then you just have, like, these intricate little details just carved into everything. I mean, look at the lights. Look at those. It's beautiful. I mean, look at the cute little lamp. Look at it. It's so cute. God. It's just absolutely beautiful. God, it's just... It never ceases to amaze me. Ever. God. It's just beautiful. Every part of this ship is just beautiful. You just walk, like, look at that. Like, you just, you know, you're coming down this hallway, right? And you just walk out into this. And it's just, it's beautiful. And these clocks are showing my local time, which is cool. Although the lighting isn't correct because it's 10:45 at night. It's bright day outside. So that's not right, but can't really complain. I would love to be able to explore the Titanic, you know, at night. That'd be cool. That'd be really cool. And again, I said it earlier in the video, I'm going to say it again, now that we're, you know, here. I do apologize for the pixelization. My recording software is responsible for that. It doesn't like bright areas for some reason, or like if I move too fast or things like that. So like there are some, if there are points in this video where it's like really pixelated, I sincerely apologize. I can't do anything about it. I have tried fixing it in my editing software and there's nothing I can do. It's all with my recording software. So I do sincerely apologize. And it, like, yeah. I'm trying to find another software to record with that doesn't have that problem, but I just can't seem to find one. So again, if you guys have any recommendations, please let me know. Look at the heaters. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. And that dome. It's just beautiful. God. And I know I can zoom. Like, I can zoom in and out. But I don't want to. Because I want to, like, experience it, like, as you would. Because, you know, like, in real life, you can't, like, zoom your eyeballs and everything. You can just see things from, like, where you're at. And everything, and I'm okay with that. God. But we're going to head forward. And there's the forward expansion joint. Again, it allows the superstructure to flex and bend with the rolling of the waves and everything. Just a little door there. It's just beautiful. Look at this. Oh my lord. The simplicity of it. The blue carpet. Just all of it. It's just beautiful. Okay, that was a very small chair. That chair is so tiny. I love it. That plug is not aligned right. How about this one? That one is. That one's not. It's funny. It's beautiful. Here's one of the bathrooms, or lavatories. What does it say? Special notice to passengers. It is respectfully requested that passengers refrain from throwing into the pan any substance likely to choke the pipes or prevent a proper flow of water. Otherwise, serious discomfort to the passengers themselves may be caused, and the closet rendered both disagreeable and useless. Passengers are earnestly desired to flush the pan before leaving. How would you even flush this? Is it that handle? Probably. It's a weird handle. But it's just, God, even the bathrooms. Something as simple as a bathroom. Right? And it's just, yeah. Here's another cabin. And it's just beautiful. God, look at that view. Gosh. Absolutely gorgeous. Just every bit of it, just every part of this ship is just beautiful. Alright, heading up. Look at that. Honor and glory, crowning time. Absolutely beautiful. Gosh. Like even the piano. The piano blending in. God. Now we're on boat deck. It's just beautiful. I mean, the overall, there's just this room overall is absolutely beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's just mind-blowing. And appealing to the eyes, too. God, it's just gorgeous. Look at this. God. Again, hotel. Right? Like you would think you're in a hotel if you didn't know any better, right? This is gorgeous. Yeah, a bunch of cabins and staterooms. Everything here. You got the pneumatic tubes, which, connected to the Marconi room and then went all the way down to like the purser's office on C deck. Which the tubes go into this wall and then they curve, come around this way, and then they fold down and go down that way. They're exposed on the wreck. Like this part where they curve down is exposed on the wreck. So you can actually see the pneumatic tubing and everything. And here's the motors and everything that drove the elevators. So simple. You know, and like looks good. Where? Oh. I was like, where is that light coming from? It's coming from that. But there's the vent. Now this vent, like if you've seen pictures of the Titanic and everything, and you notice behind like the first funnel, you notice how there's that piping that goes up and then goes over and connects to the back of the funnel. That's what it's for. It's like a ventilation thing for the elevator motors and everything. Got like the cables. Forward of that door would be the officers' quarters and everything. But that's everything on, you know, this deck. So now we're going to go down. We're not going to go out into the the outside decks just yet. We're going to kind of cover everything inside before we go outside. Because there's still a lot to explore on the outside. But I'm going to go down to C deck. I mean, just look at this, right? We're lower down in the ship now. We're on C deck. And it's just beautiful. I mean, look at the cherubs. Right? Look at that. It's just beautiful. And even the underside of the staircase. Right? You have this intricate, like, little design on the bottom of the staircase. A part of the staircase that you don't really see. You know, it's like just the bottom of the staircase was even freaking decorated. It's just beautiful. Yeah. Clock will be set backwards at midnight, 49 minutes. I wonder if it'll actually do that. Because it's almost midnight. This is the inquiry office, or the purser's office, and everything. So there's like passengers come up and like could like, you know, deposit their valuables for safekeeping during the voyage, and then like they could write letters and stuff and request for them to be, you know, sent to the mainland, or whatnot. It was like a few cents per word or something like that. So this is the purser's office. And then the inquiry office. You got a little phone there on the wall. You postcards. God, just looking at all the details and everything. Yeah, it's just beautiful. I'm trying to figure out how this would close. Right, 'cause it's supposed to fit like snug, right? So like those like notches or whatnot they use to like lock the window in place. How? I don't know, it just doesn't seem like that one that's sticking outside would, you know, fit past the notch. And then same with the other one. I don't know. I guess I would have to see it like actually turn to understand. I don't know. I don't know, but it's just beautiful either way. But yeah, here. So like there's the pneumatic tube right there. So like passengers would, you know, go up to that window over there, request that, you know, they want to send a letter to like the mainland or to a loved one or whatever the hell. And they would be charged like per word or whatnot. And like once the whole letter's written and they paid for it and everything, it would be rolled up like something like that, and I guess put into like this little capsule that would then be sent up the tube, which then would go all the way up to the Marconi room up on the boat deck. Yeah. You could deposit the letters there and everything. We're going to head forward first. Like I said, we're going to be doing everything. The elevator cars are on B deck. We'll go back up and look at the elevator cars, but first we're going to see if there's, you know, cabins available for us to explore and look in and see. Just the emergency fire thing. It doesn't look like there are any cabins. Oh, wait a minute. There's this one. Look at this. Oh, the mirror folds out. That's kind of cool. That's really cool, actually. Like, you have this little window up there. It's kind of cool. I mean, you don't really have the best view. I mean, you can see, like, the back end of, like, you know, the forecastle deck and everything. But then out this window, you have a view of the ocean. It's just beautiful. It's just gorgeous. And if you wanted to close the window, you could just close that flap. It'll cover the window, and then you latch it with that down there. It's so cool. Just everything with this ship. Just everything. I don't know what the heck that is, though. Like that, like, what is that? That fan-looking thing coming out of the wall. If any of you know what that is, please let me know, because I want to know. I'm in no way an expert when it comes to this ship. Like, there are still things that I'm still learning about this ship all the time. And I love learning new things. So if any of you could tell me what that is, that'd be great. I would really appreciate it. And I would love to hear it. The White Star Line has provided a safe in the office at of the purser, in which passengers may deposit money, jewels, or ornaments for safekeeping. The company will not be liable to passengers for the loss of money, jewels, or ornaments by theft or otherwise not so deposited. The White Star Line. Gosh, it's beautiful. You'll be able to latch the door too. I think to this side. Yeah, so you could, if you didn't want to close the door all the way, you could latch that to that, and it would prevent the door from being opened all the way. Yeah. Hello, there's like this little indent. I don't think there's any other cabin on this part of the sea deck that we could explore. I think that's everything. Oh wait, there's this. I don't know what this room is. It's got like this phone thing in here. Huh. Like a pantry of some sort. There's no label on it. At the ladies' laboratory. But nothing on those rooms. So those rooms are displayed as just blank slates. So I don't know. So that would be the ladies' laboratory. And you're gonna have more cabins in here. Let's head up real quick, back up to B deck. We're gonna take a look at those elevator cars. Look at this. Look at this elevator, okay? Whoa, that's kind of trippy. Anyway, look at this elevator. Like, look how fancy that is. Right? It's just fancy. Now, how would you operate this cart? Like, how do you tell it where to go? Is it that? Huh. I don't know. I'm at a loss. I don't know. If any of you know how they would operate those, please tell me. Because I want to say it's that lever that was like up at the top. But I don't know. Anyway, we are going... God, it's beautiful. We are going to head aft. So this area... just a bunch of cabins. You got the ladies' laboratory. And you got a bunch of more cabins. And you got the gentleman's laboratory. And you got a bunch more. And then you got the maids and valets saloon. And then all the other stuff at the very aft end. A lot of cabins. I hope there's an open cabin. That we can see. Oh, look at that. Whoa. Look at this. Look at this room. This is one of the C deck cabins, and it's just... oh my gosh, look at that woodwork. Look at that. Oh my gosh. God, it's just... every cabin I go into, it's just everything. It's just beautiful. And you can't read those for some reason. I mean, look at that sink. Right? Look at that. That marble top sink. It's just... God, I don't know about the coloration. I mean, the coloration's a bit weird, but... I mean, it goes with the room. So I like it. Look at that. It's just beautiful. Okay. I'm just trying to make sure we don't miss anything, 'cause we're going to be covering everything. Aha! Look at this. This is one of the inner cabins. Right. It's not near a porthole or a window or anything, so you don't have any windows in this cabin. But it's still, you know, comfortable. It's nice. It's elegant. You know, it's elegant in its own way. And it's just beautiful. It's everything about it. God. It's just beautiful. Okay, this is not supposed to be a horror game. What the fuck was that? I really sincerely hope that was just, you know, the textures kind of loading in over there. But out of the corner of my eye, it looked like at the end of this hallway, like a leg just kind of vanished down the hallway off to the left. I really hope I'm just seeing shit and that was just, you know, the loading with the vent and everything. But, like, it just, I don't know. That was weird. Hello? Okay. I mean, this could be like a horror game. You know, you could literally make a horror game out of this. I know that's random, but you really could. I mean, with these hallways. Oh, yeah. God, someone please do that. Please make a horror game that has, like, the actual layout of the ship and, like, there's just a monster, you know, roaming about and everything. That would be cool. Like, obviously, you wouldn't be able to escape from it, you know, if you're on a ship. But still, it would be kind of a cool idea. But anyway, focus. Let's get back to the task at hand. It's like linen storage. Yep. It's just these hallways are absolutely beautiful. Oh, hello. It's like a pantry. Something like that. Oh, okay. It's for the Mason Valley Saloon. Okay. Yeah, here's the Mason Valley Saloon. So this would be like where the servants of like first and second class passengers, I think, would dine. this is where their food would be prepared and then served. So we're on C deck. Heading aft. So it'd be Are there two cabins? C-55 and C-57. We missed cabins all the way up at the front. Quite a few, actually. We saw that one off to the side on the port side, and then we saw the two that were in the center. There's like 3 cabins, or sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cabins that we missed on starboard side. Okay. So we need to head back forward. Okay. On the starboard side. Which would be the other side, so it would be this side. We'll make our way back up that way. For the general convenience of the greater number, passengers are requested not to apply for hair cutting or shampooing except between the hours of noon and 5 p.m. Interesting. Here's the barber shop. Very simple. Very small. Very cramped. And you have like a locker and everything. Well, it's about 30 minutes till midnight, so I guess we'll get to find out at the clock. It's set 49 minutes. You know, when it gets closer to midnight, I'll come back to the clock and we will all be able to see if it'll, backwards, 49 minutes. And it's very much claimed, that it would be. We'll see. We got 30 minutes. this room, which is the doctor. (10 a.m. to noon, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m.) Should be like where the ship's doctor slept. And everything. I mean, it's a nice, cozy little cabin. For the ship's doctor. And then you have the hospital. It's the second class enclosed promenade. Let's head down to the hospital. You got a padded room. You know, for the crazy people. And everything. I mean, even the light in here. In the padded room. For a crazy person. Right? Who could be a potential harm to themselves. Even the light in here is little decoration on it. It's like, here, you get a little hint of, you know, luxury in a padded room. Like God, White Star did not, you know, waste a single bit as far as, like, anything with this ship. You have the infectious ward, infectious hospital, which it doesn't look like anything in here is accessible. You have the bath. That's it. Just the bath. And all these areas. Anyway, that's the hospital. There's not really much to see there. Let's head forward, or across this way. Assistant doctor. It's so dark in this cabin. I don't know why. And you got restaurant manager. Got like a little calendar. I mean, even something as simple as this is a nice little cabin. And you got the chief steward, which this room is completely dark. There's no light on in here. Oh, it's on. I don't know. But we're gonna head back forward. Yeah, second class enclosed promenade. We don't want to go second class. We're not done with first class yet. There's still so much to explore as far as like first class goes. Oh, C-142. Look at this cute little cabin. It's so cozy. Cute and small. I mean, look at that. Right? Like, it's so dainty and small and just cozy. Very cramped, but still nice. Alright. We need to go over to this side. Still got a few minutes before midnight. I'm serious. I will go back to that clock at midnight. Anyway, let's head back down this hallway. Down the port side. And see those open cabins that were available to explore that we didn't see yet. It's the Inns and Ballet. Oh, here we are. C-73. Look at this cabin. It's absolutely beautiful. I know that trunk is like a reference, you know, to like another game. If I'm not mistaken, it's like Adventure at a Time or something like that. It's the same thing. Porthole. I mean, this is a cozy little room. You know, a cozy little cabin. I like it. We're going to head further down this way. You got the gentleman's lavatory. Somewhere down there. There's other cabins that are open. C-105. Look at this little cabin. It's such a cute little cabin. It's cozy and nice and welcoming and warm. See, even though it doesn't have a porthole, I would be A-okay with this cabin. A-okay. It's nice. Same with this one. It's 103. It's a nice, cozy little cabin. I don't know if I would necessarily fit on this bed, but, you know. You got another cabin, 87. You know, like these little cozy cabins. I'm also noticing that like almost all of the cabins have 2 beds instead of 1. You know, I haven't seen a cabin with 1 bed in it yet. Whoa. C-55. So this is like one of the more expensive cabins on the ship. But I mean, look at that. Look at that. The intricate woodwork. I think this was Isidore the Strauss cabin, I think. The cabin that they occupied. I think. I might be wrong, though. We still got about like 20 minutes till midnight. So, we'll see. I think this might have been like their cabin. The Strauss couple. But I mean, look at this cabin. Look at it. Oh my gosh. Again, the door. It's just beautiful. Again, 2 beds. You got a closet and everything. But I mean, like, look at that. Look at that. Like I said, like the doors. They blend in. It's great. And you got a bathroom. Like, not very many cabins actually had, you know, a private bath and everything. Gosh, just beautiful. Anyway, heading back forward. We're gonna head down to D deck into the first class reception room. Look at this. Now this is one of the areas in which you would like board the ship. So passengers would be boarding on and everything through those doors right there. And it's just absolutely beautiful with like the wrought iron gate in front of it and everything. Behind this there's like a power box, like, you know, like a fuse box sort of thing. I don't know what these are. If anyone could tell me what those are, I would greatly appreciate it, because I don't know what they are. But I see them a lot. It's just beautiful. Coat storage and everything. Yeah. We're gonna head forward. There's these are all cabins and everything. I wonder if there are any open. I don't think so. Doesn't look like it. We'll go down there in a minute. It doesn't appear that there are any cabins open on this deck. Or down this hall. Which is really sad. You know, 'cause I was really looking forward to actually being able to see one of the cabins down here. But we're going to go down this staircase over here, which should lead down to the mail room and provide access to the squash court. It's like down that way, you know, going down here, you have the mail room, right? The post office. But that is considered a crew area, so we're not going to go down there in this video because we're focusing mainly on, you know, passenger areas. But if you go over here, you have the squash court. Got about 10 minutes. But you have the squash court. And take a look at this real quick. Alright, so we're on D deck. Which, yeah, none of those cabins are available. Which is sad. But none of them are available. Or anything. Anyway, here's the squash court, which this would be the only first class room available on this deck. So this is like G deck. This is the only first class room available on this deck. And I don't think this room was actually accessed on the wreck. And if it was, I don't know. But I don't think it was. I don't think this room has ever actually been accessed. It'd be kind of cool if it was, though. And I'll be able to actually see the squash court and see, you know, what condition it's in. I feel like that'd be kind of cool. But we're going to head back up. We do have this area, which just seems to be blocked. Everything. But we're going to explore it anyways. I don't think there's any cabins or any rooms available. No, because I think this is a dead end. Yeah, it just says head aft. But we don't want that. So we are just going to head back up to D deck finish, going through all the rooms on this deck. Starting with the first class reception room. Which, I mean, like, look at this room, right? Look at the intricate details in those windows. Like, every aspect of this room is just absolutely beautiful. Everything. Even the pillars. I mean, look at the detail on those pillars. Like, it's just absolutely beautiful. Like, the intricate little things. Like, even the windows. Beautiful. It's just gorgeous. Gosh. Just everything with this ship. It's just beautiful. Like, can you imagine if, like, there were any survivors, right? Survivors from the sinking. Imagine if there were any that were still around and could be seeing this, right? Looking at this, and they could tell us if this is how, like, exactly how accurate this actually is to what the real ship looked like. Like, it would be cool. Like, they could tell us, like, oh, like, this looked like this and not like this. Like, they just tell us the intricate details of the Titanic that, you can't find anywhere, like, but no. We have to go off of what the wreck tells us and, like, blueprints and everything. And, like, like, on the wreck, like, all this intricate white paneling and wood and stuff, has long since, rotted away and all that. I mean, you have hints here and there of, like, these, like, the intricate designs on the pillars and everything. Like, there's a pillar that has this part still there and everything. The ceiling is long gone. But, like, just imagine, like, we could actually have a survivor, like, tell us, like, yeah, this is accurate, this is true, this was there, oh, but this was actually like this. Like, it would be interesting, it would be cool, but sadly, all the survivors have long passed away now. I don't know. I just feel like it would have been, like, a cool thing to think about. Look at that. Now, the Titanic has these 3 windows here. And I know that the Olympic had, I think, only 2 arches. Like, only had, like, 2 of those arches. Whereas Titanic had 3. Okay, let's head into first class dining room. God, those doors. I mean, look at the size of this dining room, right? This is the first class dining saloon. Now, like I mentioned earlier with the a la carte restaurant, this this room, as you can see, doesn't have very many tables for 2 people. You know, like all of these almost all of these tables are for like multiple different people. You know, you got like 4 seats. You got, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people. 3 people. Here's a 2-person table. You know, so you could actually, you know, come here and sit down, just you and your partner, or you and a friend, or whatever. So there's a 2-person seater. 4, 2, 6, 6, 4, or 5, 2, 4, 4, 8, 4, 4, 8, 6, 3, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Frickin' 10. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Never mind. It's just fucking 5 and 4. So yeah, 9 altogether, but 2 separate tables, 5 and 4. And you got 2-person, another 2-person. Yeah, you get the gist. You get the idea. Not very many tables in here cater for 2 people. You know, like, yeah. I think through those doors back there would be like the galley and everything where all the food was cooked and everything. I mean, look at the woodwork on this. Look at that. It's just absolutely beautiful. I mean, the woodwork on this. Look at that. Like, it sucks that this all went down and was just completely destroyed when the ship broke in 2. This is absolutely beautiful. Just every aspect of this room. I mean, look at that. Look at how grand this room looks. Right? Like, it's just absolutely astonishing and beautiful and just overall a great room. Like, you got a piano there for music to play as you eat and dine and everything. It's just, it's nice. Now, I think that's everything for this room, I think. Or for, not for this room, but for like, this deck. Oh, it's midnight. Where's the clock? Find a clock. I might have to go all the way up. Hang on. It's midnight. It's 12:01. They lied. The clock was not set. 49 minutes. The clock will be set backward at midnight. 49 minutes. It's midnight. Well, technically 12:01. And I hate to inform you, but the The clock was not set back 49 minutes. I just thought you should know that. Just saying. Alright. Now, we're heading down to E deck. Oh wow, there's a clock here. Which is also not set back. You know, it lied. But I mean, look at the carving on this wood paneling though. God, it's beautiful. We're gonna head over here first. Just to see if there's anything over here. You got the elevators back here. You know, kind of in their own little cozy enclave over here. You know, for all the fancy elevators and everything. Watertight door deck plate. Doesn't look like there's any. Oh, wait. There is. There's this cabin. On E deck. Look at this room. This is all the way down on E deck. It's just a cozy little cabin. You know? Just think, if you want to go to the Turkish baths, you just get up, you know, get dressed, change, whatever the hell you gotta do. Walk out here. Go this way. You got easy access to the elevators right there. And you walk this way. Turn. You got the staircase here. And then you can just go straight down there and it'll take you to the Turkish baths. You know? And then this emergency door leads out to Scotland Road. So. Yeah, but we're not going there yet. We're heading down to the final areas of the first class that we can get to right now. Before we go into there, we're going to go this way and explore all this. So I wonder, you know, well, there ain't none. There's nothing over here. It's just an empty hall. But anyway, look at this room. Look at this. Right? This is the Turkish bath. Again, you can easily forget that you are on a ship. Right? Like, this does not look like you're on a ship. This does not look like a room that you would find aboard a ship. Right? Like, this is just absolutely beautiful. And cool thing about this room is that on the wreck, this is the most well-preserved room on the ship. Like, it is so well preserved. Like the tiling and everything on the wreck is still there. And the vibrant colors are still there. Like, you can still see the colorization and everything. Like, it's absolutely astonishing, and it's beautiful. Like, being down on the bottom of the North Atlantic did pretty much nothing to this room. Nothing. I mean, sure, there's like sediment and everything built up on the floor and everything. But like, as far as like the tiling goes on the wall, it's all still there. And when you see the Turkish baths, like, this is typically the room that you think of. This is the room that comes to mind. But this is only one of like many rooms in the complex. Because you go through this door, down this hall, you have the electric bath, you know, which is like this cool little thing. Don't remember how it works, so don't ask. And you go in here, you got this room, which is also, you know, part of the Turkish bath complex. You got like this shower and everything. You would just stand in here and then, you know, take your shower and everything. You got this like scary looking contraption, which I don't know how the hell it works. I think this is the shampoo room. You know, and you go down here, and you have this room. You know, which I don't know what this room does at all, or what it's for. I think it's another shampooing room. Then you go into here, and you got this room. You know, which is a nice little room as part of the Turkish bath complex. You go into, you know, the steam room, which is a nice little room. But you kind of forget that these rooms are also here, because, you know, when you think of the Turkish baths on the Titanic, you think of that main room, you know, which is the cooling room. But you also have all of these rooms as part of the complex. I really wonder what the state of these rooms look like. You know, like the rest of the Turkish bath complex. What the state of it is. Or heck, even what the remains of the electric bath is. Then you come in here, you got this little hallway, which gives you access to the swimming pool. I mean, look at this room. It's absolutely beautiful. You got this nice little shower. And everything. And you just have a little privacy in here. You know, it'd be kind of nice. And you just walk out and you're ready to take a plunge in the swimming pool. It's nice. You got the stalls and everything. You could take a seat as you change and yeah. Yeah, it's such a pretty room. Look at the rays of light just peeping into the room. It's such a peaceful room. And the sad thing is, like, you can't access this room on the wreck, because those watertight doors are shut, you know, sealing this room off for good. to where we can't explore it and see it. So we don't know what the state of this, this room is on the wreck. Take a plunge. It's filled at 4 feet. There's 4 feet of water in here. Which typically, this is pretty low. So the pool would normally be filled to the 5.5 foot mark. So it's lost about, 1.5 foot of water. Which is fine. It's alright. Got a wrench there. Emergency hose. But yeah, this watertight door right here is closed on the wreck. So like you can't access the swimming pool. I mean, there is another route that would provide access to this area. So technically you could get to this area and get to this room, to access the swimming pool. But it requires you to go through a passageway, which is through this door right here at the end of the hallway, which leads into the linen storage. And you would follow the hallway down, and then you would make a right, follow that all the way down to a set of stairs. You take that stairway up, and it'll take you out to Scotland Road. And then, yeah, so you can literally just backtrace that, and you'd be able to access this hallway, and eventually into the pool. It's just they can't get an ROV through that passageway. Which really sucks. It really does. My cat is just getting into mischief. You lied. It's past midnight. And the clock was not set. But anyway, that pretty much concludes all of the first class areas that are, able to be accessed as far as like interior goes. We're not done yet. Not done with the first class areas yet, because there's still the exterior areas we got to get to. But as far as like interior areas, that's everything that is, at least explorable on the interior. So yeah, because I don't think there's anything else as far as like interior areas go. So our next area that we're going to go to is going to be the A-deck promenade, which would be the next place for us to go, which would be out here. So we're gonna go out there. So let's go. All right, here we are. This is the A-deck promenade, which is a long stretch of enclosed deck that stretches 192 feet on either side of the ship, and it allows passengers to explore, take a stroll, get some fresh air, without having to go all the way up to the boat deck, which is one deck above us. But we're going to head forward first. There's that expansion joint again. We're going to head forward, and start there. So yeah, it's cool to have this like little shield here to protect from like the breeze and wind and everything. So it's kind of creates this like enclosed area here. It's kind of nice. This door right here, on the other side of it, is a staircase which leads up to the bridge and then down to B deck. Look at that view. Look down at the water, just see it below. But look at that view, okay? That view right there. This view is like one of my favorite views. You just don't get this kind of view anymore. You really don't. There's the bridge. Like this is... We're just gonna take a stroll, you know? It's just... I mean, look at that. Look at that view. Okay, that view is beautiful. It's just absolutely beautiful. We're just gonna take a stroll all the way around the ship. Ah, she's beautiful. There's one of the bridge wings. And the main bridge. And everything. I can't get enough of that view. It's just beautiful. But we're going to head aft, down the starboard side, and then work our way forward on the port side. So this basically extends the whole length of the superstructure, all the way down. I mean, there's a sign here. Notice, to secure the comfort of the passengers while they are asleep, the company respectfully urges that early morning strollers will not pass forward of this sign. Now let's just take a measly stroll. Down Titanic's promenade. Something you cannot do anymore. And also, here's something I'm going to point out. So right now we're at the halfway point. We're in the middle of the ship. And one of the most distinctive features to identify the Titanic and separate her from her sister Olympic are these windows right here. The enclosed windows, the individual square windows on the forward half of this deck, is the distinctive feature to tell Titanic apart. Because Titanic had these windows all the way up along the forward half. And then once you reach the halfway point, it switches to this big window. And then it's open all the rest of the way down the deck. So if you're ever looking at a picture of a ship and it looks like the Titanic and you think it's the Titanic, look at these windows. If you see these big windows all the way along the entire length of this deck, it's Olympic. But if you see it like this, or it has the big windows, and then it curves up and just stops here, and then goes into smaller windows, it's the Titanic. Now you know. Very easy way to tell the sisters apart. And probably the most distinctive way to tell the sisters apart. Here's the other expansion joint. Just another one of those signs. We're almost down the length of the ship. And just like that, we're at the stern. I mean, look at the size of these cranes. Like, you see them in pictures, right? But you just don't realize how massive they are until you're standing right next to one. Virtually, of course. It's just cool. You kind of see the side of the ship and everything. There's a famous picture on this area of Titanic where it has like this little boy like playing with a top and everything. The person was standing like over here somewhere and like took the picture like right about roughly here and took the picture. And it shows like this little boy, you know, playing with this top and everything. And it's a cute little picture. But in here, you have like these ventilation things and everything. These fans. And a random window back there. But one of the coolest things, one of the coolest things, at least in my opinion, you know, isn't these or anything. No, it's the mast, right? Because you see all these pictures of the mast, and they don't really look that tall. Like, they look tall, but they don't look that tall, right? Till you stand right up next to it, and you look up. Look at how tall the mast really is. Like, the mast is massive, right? And I think each one was like 200 feet tall, right? So, like, it was massive and everything. But you just don't realize just how tall the mast really was until you're standing right here. I mean, look at that. Just reaches up into the sky. And in my opinion, that's like the coolest thing. Because I could literally like sit on this bench and just look up. And just look up at the mast. Like, that would probably be what I would be doing. I'd be sitting right here, just looking up at it. So in my opinion, that's the coolest part. There's the aft end of the ship. So cool. That mast is massive. But anyway, we're gonna head down. You know, just the port side now, and head forward. Just take a measly stroll down the port side promenade deck. There's that expansion joint. Just about to reach the halfway point. And bam, we've reached the halfway point. Like, it takes a good minute to walk the full length of the promenade deck. Like, it really does. It's 192 feet. Like, it's a nice stroll, right? Like, this deck was designed for passengers to take a walk. Like, go for a walk and take a stroll, stretch their legs, you know? But it just, yeah. That's a lot farther distance than it looks. And now, we're back at the front of the ship. Just like that. We walked the entire length of the superstructure. And that pretty much concludes a deck, as far as like exterior goes. So now we're gonna head back up to boat deck, and then we're gonna go out to the boat deck, and then that'll conclude the first class areas. Alright. Now we're going to take the staircase up to boat deck. Then we're going to go out to the boat deck area. We're going to explore out there. Look at that. Let's go. Alrighty. We are now on the boat deck. And look at the size of that funnel. Like, it is absolutely massive. Gosh. This is the boat deck. You're gonna look in on the staircase. Everything. But look at the size of these lifeboats. Like, you see pictures and everything of the boats, and you don't realize just how massive they actually are. Like, these lifeboats are huge. And these mechanisms, like the welling davits, they're extremely simple too. Like, they're massive. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're tall. Right? Like, they're tall. But you attach a handle to that little piece right there, that little knob, and then you would turn it and crank it, and that would turn this gear, which then would turn this, the bottom rod, which then that bottom rod would be corkscrewed. So like, it would have like the corkscrew on it, and it would turn that top knob, or that top rod, which in turn would also be, you know, or no. No. So the bottom one would be corkscrewed. And what that would do as it rotates is it will push or pull this part right here, which depending on which way you turn it, would lean the arm out that way so you can lower the boat down over the side. And then vice versa if you want to reel it back in. Like it's really simple and really cool. It's just really cool. Like there's an actual davit that's actually, you know, on display. And you can actually see, you know, if you look at a picture of it, you can actually see what I'm talking about with like the corkscrew and everything. It's so cool. But the Titanic carried 20 lifeboats, 16 of which were hung on 32 individual davits. And then the other 4 were stowed on the deck, which you can see up there, and on the deck house. So there were 2 up there, and then there were 2 on the deck up there. So it's like, yeah, totaling 20 lifeboats. And these were like little motors, like electric engines, that could be used to like, I believe, help lift the, like, raise the lifeboats back up, if I remember correctly. I might be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what that was used for. Apparently these funnels are just massive. Like just to stand up right next to it. It's just massive. Now the raised deck that we just walked onto, that we're walking on now, is actually the raised roof above the first class lounge. Because the lounge, it has a impressive height of like 12 feet, which was actually accomplished, you know, by doing this, by raising it above the boat deck and having this little raised area in the center. And then you have this platform for crew, which has a compass on it, so that, you know, the crew could get a more accurate compass reading, and the compass would not be interfered with by, you know, the metal on the ship and everything. But just to stand here and see, you know, the 2 massive funnels in front of you and behind you, like it's just cool, you know? That would be a cool thing to see. And to be able to actually see, you know, pretty much the whole length of the ship. It's just cool. And now we're going to go down this side. And that's this right here marks the end of the first class, you know, area of the boat deck and everything. Because where the expansion joint is, between these 2 gates right here, would be the engineer's promenade. You know, it's like the engineers, you know, could come up from the engine room via those 2 doors right there, and they can come out and like stretch their legs, get some fresh air or whatnot. And then on the other side of that gate over there is the second class promenade on the boat deck. So you have second class, engineers, first class. I mean, I probably didn't need to, like, you know, go through all that hassle loading through. because I always forget that this little staircase is just tucked away. Literally, just tucked away. Because now we're back on the promenade deck, on A deck. But there's this little staircase here. It just takes you up to the boat deck. Gosh. It's so cool, though. So pretty. Well, anyway, I'm going to leave it with this great view right here. But this pretty much concludes this episode, because that's all the first class areas and everything. So, yeah, that was, like, I enjoy doing this because being able to actually see, the interiors of the Titanic and actually being able to freely roam around the room, go wherever you want to in the room and on the ship, is just, it's a dream come true, because I have always been looking for a game like this to be able to actually do this and explore the Titanic in a way that, you never thought was possible. Because, I mean, the real ship lies 2.5 miles down on the bottom of the North Atlantic, in two fucking pieces. I mean, you can't really just go out there and be like, oh yeah, I'm just going to take a stroll out into the middle of the North Atlantic, I need to head 300 miles south of this area and then, wander off this way and go to these coordinates and then just take a measly stroll, No, you can't do that. Because if you try to go down to the wreck without any kind of, specialized equipment, such as a submarine, you would be crushed in an instant. You wouldn't be able to walk the deck like this. I mean, unless you got a time machine and went back to 1912, purchased a ticket, you'd be able to walk the deck of the Titanic for 5 days. As long as you find a way back to present day before, you die in the sinking. But yeah. I don't know. It's just, I love this so much. Just the intricate detail in everything on board this ship is just phenomenal. I love it so much. This is so much fun. And I look forward to exploring the second class and the third class areas with you guys, as well as, the officers and crew areas. Just, God, I'm loving this so much. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hit the like button, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.